Tonight, Toledo Bend with record amounts of water flowing out of the gates. And a live report, I'll explain how it could impact families living downstream.
First time we've had this much water in I don't know how long.
Floodwater tonight in parts of Jasper County. What first responders are asking families to do. We follow a first responder on a high water rescue in Kirbyville as well.
And tonight, why investigators believe the torrential rains may have played a role in a crash that killed 2 men in Jasper County.
You're watching KFDM News at 6.
Tonight, the Newton County judge is calling for the voluntary evacuations of communities south of Toledo Bend. Record-setting floods are part of the forecast in the next few days, too.
We have team coverage tonight. First, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Greg Bostwick. Greg, how soon before some of these rivers crest? All right, Greg, thank you so much. Now, right now, Newton County Judge Truman Doherty tells KFDM he is asking families downstream of Toledo Bend to voluntarily evacuate.
Those evacuations could become mandatory as soon as tomorrow. Right now, the area is preparing for record flooding, and that is where we find KFDM's Haley Bull. Haley, can you tell us what's going on at the reservoir tonight?
Tiffany, take a look behind me. You can see just how powerful this record water flow in. Reporting live from Toledo Bend, Haley Bull, KFDM 6 News.
All right, Haley, very insightful. Now, Newton County first responders are ready for historic flooding there. Emergency personnel were busy throughout last night and continued into today. Crews rescuing several stranded in their cars, on highways, and their homes. Truman Doherty issued a voluntary evacuation and expects to issue a mandatory evacuation by Friday. Sheriff Eddie Shannon says a number of barricades have also been put in place on highways due to sinkholes. Shannon says now is the time to evacuate before it's too late.
Don't wait till the last minute. And like I said, the biggest thing now is if you've got medical issues, you've got things that you don't want ruined, now's the time to have friends and relatives in other counties and other areas that you can take your family or some of your belongings to before the water comes up.
The Red Cross says it has a church on standby in the Deweyville and Bon Weir area for families in need when floodwaters hit neighborhoods. The Red Cross says businesses and homes will be impacted.
No road closures tonight in Hardin County, but the rising water there is forcing families to seek higher ground in hopes that they can save some of their belongings. Sarai Dameen waded through water-drenched homes today in Silsbee. She joins us back in the studio tonight. Sarai.
Reporting in the studio, I'm Sarai Dameen, KFDM 6 News.
Thank you, Sarai. We continue our coverage now to Tyler County. Rushing waters are covering some roads and property there. Melody Daigle sent us video of water pouring across her property on Farm Road 1520 near Warren. No word of any structures damaged. High water is covering many roads and highways in Tyler County. However, no fatalities or injuries have been reported.
And to Jasper County now, where residents there are dealing with high water as well and flooded roadways and not knowing what lies ahead for their homes. KFDM's Jessica Crawford reports from Kirbyville tonight as first responders urge folks to call for help if they need it. Now you can contact the shelter at the First Baptist Church of Kirbyville. That number 423-2739.
The Department of Public Safety tonight is investigating a crash that may be weather-related. It killed 2 men in Jasper County. Troopers tell KFDM shortly before 9 this morning, 2 pickup trucks collided on Highway 63 west of Recreational Road 255. Investigators believe one of the pickup trucks hydroplaned. 51-year-old John Nealand and his passenger, 38-year-old Jerry Heron, died from the crash. DPS says the driver of the other truck, Jeffrey Kaiser, suffered non-life-threatening injuries.
The heavy rains causing a creek in Lumberton to rise over the road again, and it's leaving a neighborhood stranded again, too. That is unless you're driving a big truck or you have a boat. James Ware was live there this morning with the folks who are incredibly frustrated.
And you say it's more of a problem
And that high water we just saw there forcing many of those Lumberton residents to park their vehicles outside of their neighborhood. The city did supply a truck and took them back and forth. Of course, we will continue to cover flooding all around Southeast Texas tonight. Stay with us for evacuation information along with school delays and cancellations. You can also visit our website, KFDM.com, or our KFDM News Facebook page for breaking news updates.
Next on KFDM News at 6, a virus sweeping the world and it's made its way to Texas. New tests could help with treatment.
And Southeast Texans aren't the only ones dealing with all that flooding. We'll take a look at the damage around the state next.
Flooding isn't only here in southeast Texas. Severe weather is causing problems across the state.
KFDM's Jasmine Stiles joins us with a look at what's making news across the state. Good evening, Jasmine.
Good evening, Tiffany and Greg. In Houston, flood warnings were issued across the area. Yesterday's rain shut down many roads in the city. Several schools were delayed or canceled, and buses were rerouted. There's now a quicker way to test for the Zika virus. The Houston Health Department laboratory has a test that gives results in just 1 day. Before now, tests had to be shipped out of the state. The health department says the test will help doctors prescribe the right treatment. So far, there have been 6 Zika cases in Houston. As a look at what's making news across the state, back to you, Greg and Tiffany.
Thanks, Jasmine. I mean, all that video that we've been seeing, that's incredibly scary, and it's continuing to rise.
Exactly, and we're going to look into our flood station will probably be reached until the peak until Monday or Tuesday. So we got several days. These are days to prepare and get out of the way of it. So that's some good news there. Will we have any more rain to aggravate this situation? We'll take a look.
March Madness officially underway in southeast Texas. It was a real humdinger for the Lady Cards today.
Would the East Chambers Buccaneers advance to championship Saturday? We will show you coming up next.
All right, so are we in the clear tonight? No more rain?
Pretty good. I mean, there's a small chance of rain tonight. We're watching a few showers in the forecast tomorrow, but the thing is, this should be really light, intensity-wise. And then over the weekend, things really improve. The temperature heads back up. Nice weather for next week's spring breakers, as they'll enjoy much better weather than those are out this week. Keep up with what's going on radar in particular. The KFDM weather app is available for a free download. And you can check the radar out there if there's any showers tomorrow.
That's downright Hawaii next week.
Nice.
Much cheaper, though. Here. And, of course, we all have Facebook pages. Our KFDM Facebook page. Greg has his own Facebook page. I have mine as well. And
Sure.
Yeah, I do as well. Everyone does. So find us on Facebook. We update that regularly, too. We'll see you back here tonight at 10.